Assalamualaikum everybody and Eid Mubarak. Congratulations on the birthday of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And for this occasion, we'll be drawing Masjid Nabi. Here's a little picture. Okay, you can tell it's a gorgeous building and we'll have a lot of fun drawing it. So we can get started. Let's start with what do we need? We're gonna need a pencil. Beep, beep, beep. And make sure it's sharpened. If it's not, you can take a few seconds to sharpen it while I go over all the tools. We're gonna need an eraser. If your pencil already has an eraser, that's cool too. Mine doesn't, unfortunately. Then I have a black marker. You can use any kind of black marker, any thickness. I have like a Sharpie here, but if you just have a regular old Crayola marker or just even a black color pencil could work. That works. I have a brown color pencil, and I'll show you why. You might already see it in the picture. And a green color pencil for the dome. I would want a darker color green. I don't know where my dark green went. But this, whatever you have on hand, will work too. And if you only have a pencil and an eraser on hand, or just a pencil, that's okay too, because you can always finish your drawing later as well, when you do have those tools. I never finish one art piece in one sitting, so if that helps, I hope it does. Okay, next thing, let's take a look at the picture of Masjid Nabi, so that we can kind of, get all these details sorted out. There's a lot of shapes going on, lots of details, and it might be a little overwhelming, so let's just break it down. Okay, so in this picture we have the base of the building, big rectangle, and it has these half ovals that are like the windows or like little dents in the building. And there's a lot of them. I'm not even going to count them, but there's a lot. And we don't have to put exactly how much is in there. Then we have the towers that are called minarets. And they're actually different looking because they were built at different times. First, I think there was 4 minarets built. Then later there was more built. People are just adding to the building to make it even more beautiful sometimes. So that's cool. So then there's the dome, the green infamous dome. Then there's another dome next to it that is like a silver dome. There's actually, I think there's 27 of those domes, and they move around on the building. They can be controlled to move so that it can provide shelter or shade for the people inside or provide light. So that was pretty interesting to learn. I've never been to Masjid Nabi, but it was cool to research it a little bit before drawing it. So sometimes that's a fun thing to do. And then in front of the building, there are these like lamp tower looking things. So those we won't actually be drawing, but a fun fact, they expand to turn into big umbrellas to provide shade for the people walking around. So that was interesting. I wouldn't expect a little lamp to have a huge umbrella inside of it. Fun fact. Again, we won't be drawing those, but maybe later you can try drawing them. They're also really pretty. So, but we'll focus on the building. So let's get started on actually drawing it. So let's grab our pencils. Hopefully it's sharpened now. And if it's not, that's okay too. And let's get started. So I'm going to start with the base of the building, the huge rectangle. And we're going to go just a rectangle. One line here. Ooh, huge. Yeah. Just make sure you don't go off the page. And if they're not straight lines, that's okay too. This is just practice, and we have our eraser. It's okay. Okay, so we got the base of the building. Then I'm going to draw a line in the middle of this. And it's always good to draw a little bit lightly at first, so that later you can darken what you want to keep. Let me make sure you can see it. Yep. Darken what you want to keep and then erase what you don't want to keep. It's really hard to erase really dark lines. Okay. Then let's draw those little dents I was talking about, the little half ovals. I think I have some marks on my paper. So there are half ovals kind of going all the way across the rectangle. So we're gonna go 1. I'm not gonna actually count them because there's a lot. I'm just gonna make as many as will fit in my rectangle. And not all of them are gonna be perfect, but they're perfect to me. Almost done. I think I can fit one more in here. Almost made it. That's a good number. It's looking pretty good so far. Okay, let's take another look at this picture. Mine's on the screen for me. Okay. Then, let's see, what can we draw next? There's also these little smaller windows up here. So I'm just going to draw those half ovals. Boop, boop. Like that. And like that. Do you see what I'm seeing? Right around. You'll see it. I'll highlight it here. Okay, and right above this area, actually, I notice, is the smaller dome. So might as well go ahead and draw that. Now the smaller dome, it's not just a rectangle, it has different sides. So it looks like it has 3 sides. So like that. So I'm going to try doing that, where I'm going to draw first the first small rectangle. Then I'm going to draw like a little bit of a slanted rectangle. Not too slanted. Just like that to make it feel like it's another side of the building. And then another slanted rectangle. And then we have 3 rectangles pretty much. And then we can draw the dome on top. So if you've seen me draw another mosque before, or masjid before, I like to think of the domes as a curved triangle. So if it makes it easier, I can draw a triangle first. I also drew like a middle line, so you can do that too. I'm going to draw a little middle line and then a triangle. And I'm going to draw this lightly so that I can erase it later. Then I'm going to curve that. So I'm just going to curve. Yeah. Not bad. And if you want, I'm going to go ahead and erase the extra lines now so that later I don't have to do a lot of erasing. Almost done. Okay. And that's great. And it looks like on top of the dome is like a little golden like pole. So I'm just going to draw a line up there. It's really tiny. If you can't see it, I think it's there. I really think that's there. Also, I see that this dome has a lot of lines. So I'm just going to make a lot of lines going from the tippity top all the way to the bottom. And again, it doesn't matter how many lines. I just want enough to make it look full. That's pretty good. Is yours turning out pretty good? I hope so. And again, this is practice. You can always try again a lot of times. I definitely practice this before I show you guys. Okay, next, let's just go ahead and draw the green dome now. The green dome. Okay, so the green dome, first there's like a rectangle. Yup, a rectangle. And this rectangle seems to have a little half circle in it. That's interesting. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little half circle in there. Okay. Then I'm going to draw another small thin rectangle above it. Boom, boom. Okay. Then I'm going to draw that curved triangle again. I'm going to draw the dome. So first I'm just going to figure out where the middle is. I think it's around here. And this dome is pretty big actually. Taller than this one. So I want to go a little bit taller. This one ends here. I'm going to end this one up here. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to make this wider. Sometimes I make mistakes too. I'm going to make it a little wider. Boom. And this one just a little bit less wide than that one. And I'm gonna erase those extra lines. Carefully, 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 carefully. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to draw a triangle. Yep. Triangle here. One other side here. And I didn't go all the way up to the tippity top. I think this is a good place to stop. And this can be that little pole at the top of the dome. That also, if I look at it, I think it has a moon on it. I'm going to draw a little moon on top. Boom, boom. That's cute. Okay, then I can curve the triangle. Curve. Curve. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Looking pretty good. Then I'm going to erase my extra lines again. And if you don't have an eraser, try drawing lightly, like I said, and then darken the lines that you want to keep. So instead of erasing the lines you don't want, you can darken the lines you do want. Okay. Okay, so we got two domes. We got the green one and we got the silver one. And now let's draw the two minarets. Let's start with the one on the right. Okay, so I'm also realizing that I might not have room for it. So maybe I want to make this building bigger. Yeah, let's go ahead and make this building, I think it's, yeah, a little bigger. There we go. Okay, that's all. And this now, the little oval that I made, it actually fits now. Perfect. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sometimes mistakes are great. Okay, now let's build this minaret. So it has like 3 parts to it. It has like the first rectangle, then the second rectangle, then the third rectangle, and then this little curvy thing at the very top. So just to have that in mind, I like to make sure that I have that number. It helps me out. So before I also draw it, I also wanted to see where I want to end it, because I don't want to draw all these rectangles and then realize, uh-oh, I have no room on my paper. So my paper ends about here. So I'm just gonna make it this tall. Yeah, this tall. Okay, so let's get started. So I have my one rectangle, drawing pretty lightly. And then like a thin, small rectangle that kind of goes out a little bit. Then I have another rectangle. And then the smaller rectangle that goes out a bit. Like that. And then one more. Okay, and then one more smaller rectangle. Oh, mine's shorter. Is it shorter? No. Okay. And then a little like cone, half cone, like a sugar cone that you would get for ice cream. Kind of like a little cup. And an oval, half oval. Okay, we're almost there at the tippity top. And then the line, and then a tiny little moon. That one I definitely see. So that's cool. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we're gonna come back to this and we're gonna decorate it a little bit later. Okay, then there's a minaret over here. So I'm gonna make, this one has 1, 2, 3 parts, and then the big triangle. So interesting, very different from this one, I would say. Okay, so then we go one big rectangle. This one's bigger, like that. Okay, then a kind of a smaller rectangle like that. Interesting. Then a smaller rectangle, like a thinner rectangle here. And then it swoops out. Swoop, like this. Swoop. You see that? Swoops out. Okay. Then a smaller rectangle here. And then we have the triangle. So I think the triangle ends up here. It's almost the same size as this one. Oh, gosh. Maybe I made it a little too big. Oh well. And then it connects up here. Like a little cone. Okay. Then you'll see like there's 4 more minarets back there. Since they're far away, let's just make them rectangles that have a little point at the top. Okay? So I'll make them all the same size. So I'm just gonna make it about this tall. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of my little arrow. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a rectangle all the way up, almost all the way up to that point I made, and then a triangle. Very nice. Same thing over here. Looks like little pencils, huh? I could add little rectangles in between, like so. Okay, looks a little bit more like towers. Then there's the one over here, gonna be the same size as the other one. Pencil. And then the little lines on top with the little moons. I'm not sure if all of them have moons, but I think they do. And then I can make the rectangles again. And I'll erase the extra lines that I don't need. Nice. Okay, then there's one behind this dome. So rectangle, but I'll stop right before I get to that dome. And then a triangle, and then the line, and then the moon. Rectangles inside, rectangle. Maybe this one won't fit. And then one more. So it's gonna be here. I think it's behind the green dome, yeah. But you see a lot of it. So I'm just gonna make most of it. It ends right here. Then we go like this for the triangle, line, moon. Then the rectangles, rectangles. Yeah. One more rectangle, but it ends right at the dome. Okay, wow, what a great, I'll let you guys catch up if I went too fast, but wow, what a great start so far, very good. Okay, now just a few details I want to add here and there. So for example, in the silver dome, some things I see are a little window or something in here. And then, so I made a half circle here, and I'm gonna make 2 tiny half circles here. Tiny, tiny half circles on this side. Let me see if you can see that. Sorry, my camera is shaking. My drawing camera is shaking so much. Then 2 tiny, tiny circles here. So like little windows. And just for me, just adding those little details, I'm like, whoa, this is coming to life. This is like the building is right here. Okay, then a few more details is that there's little tiny windows here. So little half ovals in the green dome. Really tiny. If it's too tiny for you, you don't have to draw it. But I just saw it and I thought, interesting, I want to put that in my picture. Okay, so really tiny. So far so good. Little details here and there. Okay, a few more details and then we can get to outlining it and then we can get to coloring it. So I didn't get too many colors. I just wanted to focus on the green dome and these little zigzags on this minaret. So on this minaret, you'll notice like on the second rectangle, 1, 2, the second one, there's like little zigzags. So I want to add that in. So I'm just going to make really light zigzags because later I'm going to go over it with brown. I thought that was pretty cool, these little zigzags. And I'm just going to put in however many fit. I don't know exactly how many is on there, but however many fit. And we can always put in more details, you know? There's like little windows here. So I can put like a semicircle here and like a oval, like a really long oval here and here. It looks like a face. There's little ovals here. I think there's like little windows in the minarets. So that's pretty fun. And I think another thing I want to do is, maybe, I think that's all. Oh, maybe over here, I'm going to add a line here. Okay, and then just a few, like there's 3 dots here. Maybe they're windows too on the left minaret. And I think that's a pretty good Masjid Nabawi. I'm proud of myself. You should be too. Now you can stop here. If I took up a lot of time, we can totally stop here. But if I do have extra time, I'm going to outline it and then color it. Actually, I think I'm going to color first so that I can outline it later, because outlining, pretty simple. But I do want to color it. Really exciting sometimes just to jump to the colors. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to use my little green to get the dome. It's not the exact color, but not a bad color. You get it. Oh yeah, that's a really nice color though. It's almost like a light green. So maybe it's a really bright day. Okay. And then also notice that this little triangle is a shade of green. So I'm going to do that here as well. Ta-da! And then the zigzags I was talking about, I'm going to get a little brown. And the little zigzags I drew, I'm just going to go over them. Okay, yeah. You can also use a red here if you don't have brown, or like a reddish brown. Okay, adding that like little bit of color, really fun. And you can also add more colors. Maybe you have like a gold color somehow. That's cool. You can use yellow. This looks like it's like a sunny day picture. So you can like make the building like a nice yellowy brownish color, something like that, a light color. Now let's outline it, and then you have Masjid Nabawi, and that's so cool. We drew it together. Okay, my markers. There we go. Phew. Okay, so let's just outline it. Gotta be careful. Kind of overwent there. That's okay. And just like that. Whew, okay. Then the semi-ovals, the half ovals. And be careful you don't smear. So try to stay away from the lines you already drew. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that there was a lot of these ovals, huh? Almost there. Okay. And that was the last of it. Then that half line. Okay. And I'm gonna go, I don't know, I'll just outline what I feel like outlining. So I'm gonna outline this minaret. Nice. That triangle, then that rectangle, ooh, then that rectangle, and the areas that I like kind of filled in with color, like those little windows, I'm just gonna go like that. I think that's a pretty good idea. Then one more. If you have a thick marker, this might start to get a little hard. I drew really tiny. You might have drawn bigger, so actually it might not be that hard, but I drew pretty tiny. So I have to be a little careful. Okay, I think I did it. half oval, and then the moon. Okay, almost done. And then once you're done outlining, you're pretty much done. So I'm gonna draw those little windows here. And then the dome, carefully. If you mess up, it's okay. Mistakes are fun. Then I'm gonna draw these windows again. And I think I'm gonna color them in. Yeah. Okay. Ta-da. And it might take a little practice to outline stuff, so if you are a little nervous to outline your work, I totally get it. You don't have to at all. You can just go straight to color in, or you can just be done. You've made a masterpiece. Amazing. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of minarets, huh? Okay, we're almost done. Oh yeah, remember the lines in here? Lines, lines, line. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Bum, bum. Oh, the moon. Okay. They look like little pencils. And I'm going pretty fast. So if it takes a little bit of practice to go fast, no problem. Go as fast or slow as you need to. But if you do draw a little fast, you start to make smoother, straighter lines because if you slow down, you might start to get wiggly lines. But you don't want to get too fast that your paper rips. Whoa, that's too fast. Okay, enough chit chat. We're almost done. We did it. Oh, the little dots. We did it. You can sign your name. Nice. And we did Masjid Nabi. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't finish, no problem at all. You can finish it later, finish it at your own time, at your own pace. And if you want to draw it again, go for it. I draw sometimes the same thing over and over because the practice is always great. Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations again on the birthday of the Prophet, and I hope to see you again next time. Khudafis.